give you this patch of blue sky. You sing me a cloud passing by. Together we build the sky. Soar a bird, flit a fly, fit with song your voice and mine. Braided and bound, here together all along. I give you this patch of blue sky. You sing me this patch of blue sky. You sing me a cloud passing by. Together we build the sky. I give this patch of blue sky. You sing it with song, your voice and mine. Braided and bound, here together all
Good morning and welcome to the First Unitarian Congregation of Ottawa. My name is Brent, the Vice President of First Unitarian Board, coming to you live from our worship hall at 30 Cleary. This is a live-streamed service, and we hope to offer more live-streamed services, Sunday services, throughout the summer as COVID restrictions allow. It is good to be with you. If you are new to FirstU and would like to learn more about us, please contact us through our email at welcome@firstunitarianottawa.ca. Following our service today at 11:30 a.m., please join us for our virtual hospitality hour. You can find the Zoom link on our website at www.firstunitarianottawa.ca. Or you can find it in our weekly email newsletter, the EUU. During these times, it is more important than ever to receive the EUU or to check out our Facebook page. And you can sign up to receive the EUU from the publications page of our website. Thank you to everyone who was able to participate in last week's annual general meeting. Besides the typical motions to accept minutes and statements, we all agreed to start on an integrated plan for our campus, to start a feasibility study for building some on-campus affordable housing, and we approved a motion for green investments. Alas, just prior to the AGM, Justine, our treasurer, announced that she had accepted starting an exciting new job opportunity, so she needs to step down as our able treasurer. So we are seeking a new treasurer. If you are interested, please contact Joe Connor on the nominating committee for details. Tomorrow night, Monday night at 7 p.m., the Leadership Council will be meeting. Chairs or their representatives of committees, teams, or action groups are welcome. There will be some updates and Reverend Pat's last council meeting with us. I do hope all will relax and enjoy the summer. Hopefully, as much as possible, committees, teams, and action groups will take a break to recharge over the summer. Next Sunday, June 20th, in the afternoon from 1 until 3:30, we will be holding a farewell in-person walk-by in our meditation gardens. A chance for you to speak with Reverend Pat and Deirdre. As we will limit the number of people gathered at the same time to 10, anyone who wishes to participate is required to sign up in advance for a specific time slot. There is a link in the EUU to register online, or you can contact Jan Andrews by phone. I'll be speaking more later on in the service, but for now, whatever your heritage, whatever your faith, whomever you love, and however you identify, today you are part of our spiritual community. Welcome.
Good morning, everyone. My name is John, and I am delighted to be your worship associate this morning. As Brent mentioned, do look to our Facebook page, website, and weekly EUU emails for information about all the happenings in our congregation. Some announcements to highlight. Ajashki means soil in the Algonquin language. This climate action pilot project has begun on our Cleary campus. Learn more about the project and 2 ways to help support it in the EUU and the Summer Spire. Donations are also being accepted to help refurbish our benches in the meditation garden, as well as purchase 2 new benches in honor of René DeVries and Alistair Henderson, who did so much to create and sustain the gardens. This afternoon, there will be the annual musical celebration of faith communities in the Ottawa area, hosted by the Capital Region Interfaith Council, or CRIC. This year, the event will be virtual through Zoom. There will be performances of 10 faith groups, a reflection on art, the summer solstice powwow as it has been celebrated, and Ramadan this 2021, and more. The link can be found in the EUU. As many of us learned this last week, the Reverend John Marsh, minister at FirstU Unitarian from 2009 to 2016, has died. His family will be scheduling a virtual celebration of life in the future, but for now, Reverend Pat will be leading an informal gathering for those at FirstU who would like to share memories of Reverend Marsh. The gathering will be next Saturday afternoon, June the 19th. The specific time and a link will be announced in the next EUU. Some announcements from the Environmental Action Group. A big thank you to the Natural Food Pantry at Britannia, which used to be Rainbow Foods, who offered a 15% discount coupon to all the participants who sent in their evaluation in our food challenge. We received a few suggested enviro actions, which we will share with you over the next couple of weeks. Feel free to send more. This week's suggested action is put your investment money into the renewable energy transition. The Ottawa Renewable Energy Cooperative is an example. This co-op supports projects all across Ontario. See the EUU for more info. Ontario's Independent Electricity System Operator, or the IESO's public hearing, will now be Thursday, June the 24th at 9 a.m. regarding phasing out of gas-fired electricity by 2030. Sign up to attend the hearing or send a letter. Ottawa FirstU will be there speaking out for a less expensive and lower emission future. See the EUU and Climate Confrontation page for further info. Now, please welcome our minister, the Reverend Patricia Guthmann Haresch.
Bonjour. Good morning, everyone. And yes, as Brent said, it's so good to be back in the sanctuary. I wish you all were here with me, but I'm holding you in my heart and know that you're here with me in spirit. Before I light the chalice and say opening words, I'm going to light a special candle. Sorry. I know we're all thinking of the Muslim community and the loved ones and the young boy who survived of the family in London, Ontario, who were struck by a young man just because they were Muslim. And there are women and others in fear now. Can I wear the hijab? There's that sorrow, and so the candle will be lit through the service in memory of all that is still remaining in us. And it was said during the public prayer Friday night at the Ottawa Mosque is, let us please remember the humanity of everyone, whether Muslim, whether Indigenous, whether Asian, and think of all those, to remember all our Canadians. I was very warmed and proud that 25 or so Unitarian Universalists came to show unity and support during the public prayer at Ottawa Mosque. So a candle of memory and support, and a reminder that this is a congregation, we Unitarians believe in the humanity, worth, and dignity of every individual. Today is also a farewell service for Deirdre, Ian, and me. A farewell service, but each of us will be around a little bit longer. Ian remotely until next week. This is Deirdre's last in-person service with us, but you will hear her lovely voice and work with the choirs over the summer. I will be with you at least remotely through the end of July. I still don't know when I'll be moving from Ottawa. At least the first week of August, if not before then. I've started to receive some lovely goodbye emails and letters and cards, and I'm just starting to get through them all, and we'll try and get back to you all. In one of the letters I got, I received something very special that I thought might be fitting to include in this farewell and a special music service. I think you all know that Ann Nagy has a knack for parodies of well-known songs, and she wrote one for me that seemed fitting for today's service. The tune comes from the musical My Fair Lady. So here it goes. All I wanted was a church somewhere, filled with people, not a seat to spare. But now there's no one there. Oh, it would have been so lovely. Lots of folks singing loud and clear. Lots of kids running round in here. And fall fair every year. It would have been so lovely. When we got here, I didn't know just how to say bonjour. I did. Now I say it every week. I'm willing to learn for sure. So it's not always doom and gloom. I sermonize from the dining room and say bonjour to Zoom. Oh yes, it's almost loverly, 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 loverly.
Chalice, chalice, burning bright, help remind us with your light of how we'd like to live each day with love and truth helping lead the way.
Hi to everyone, happy Sunday. It's Nao, your Director of Religious Exploration. I hope all of you are doing really well today. Today I'm reading to you a little piece, and it's titled Reason, Season, or a Lifetime. Reason, season, or a lifetime. People come into your life for a reason, season, or lifetime. When you figure out which one it is, you will know what to do for each person. When someone is in your life for a reason, it is usually to meet a need you have expressed. They have come to assist you through a difficulty, to provide you with guidance and support, to aid you physically, emotionally, or spiritually. They may seem like a godsend, and they are. They are there for the reason you need them to be. Then, without any wrongdoing on your part, or at an inconvenient time, this person will say or do something to bring the relationship to an end. Sometimes they die, sometimes they walk away, sometimes they act up and force you to take a stand. What we must realize is that our need had been met, our desire fulfilled, their work is done. The prayer you sent up has been answered, and now it is time to move on. Some people come into your life for a season, because your turn has come to share, grow, or learn. They bring you an experience of peace or make you laugh. They may teach you something you have never done. They usually give you an unbelievable amount of joy. Believe it, it is real, but only for a season. Lifetime teaches you lifetime lessons, things you must build upon to have a solid emotional foundation. Your job is to accept the lesson, love the person, and put what you have learned to use in all other relationships and areas of your life. I hope you all enjoyed that short little piece. It's one that I heard many years ago and really loved. Please check the EUU for RE lessons and for updates on outdoor RE. Wishing everybody a wonderful Sunday.
This is the time in the service where we can share our personal joys and sorrows. We do this by placing stones in water and having the ripples send our message out to the universe. A stone of sorrow and sadness to begin with, as we remember Reverend John Marsh, our settled minister several years ago. He died last Sunday. Another stone of sorrow for Christine, who also died last Sunday, and Beth, Christine's legal guardian. She didn't die. I'm going to put 4 stones in for the Afzal family in London, Ontario, who were so brutally murdered this week. And 1 stone for the son, 9-year-old Fayez, who is still in hospital, but apparently is going to be okay eventually. A stone of sorrow and support for Sue on the loss of her nephew Graham to cancer, and made more difficult with the separation that COVID had enforced. And a huge joy of congratulations to our intern minister, E.N., on his engagement to Badia. And 1 last stone for all the joys and sorrows hidden in our hearts. There will now be a moment of silence.
Good morning, everyone. I thought that I would take a moment this morning to acknowledge all of the choristers in our congregation. As many of you have been aware, the music has not stopped this year and a half, and the music program has still been active and thriving. But I wanted to take a moment to talk to you about what that has actually entailed. Singers not only have had to get used to Zoom, but they can't hear each other. They have to sing on mute, and so they don't know what the other parts sound like. They can't hear the other people on their section, and they have to be brave and sing on their own at home. Those singers that are participating in the recordings then record themselves singing by themselves at home using a variety of technology, and have to be brave and vulnerable to then send that recording to me, where I listen to their individual voices and put it all together. It has been a big change, and I want to say thank you to all of the singers that have been courageous and dedicated and continued to offer their voice to the congregation. We have made over 20 different virtual choir recordings this year, and today you are going to hear the final one, which is a song being sung by all 3 choirs we have here, Chalice Choir, Fusion, and 3 Rivers. So I hope you enjoy listening to all three choirs as they sing Freedom Trilogy by Paul Halley.
Christe First Unitarian Congregation of Ottawa. It has been an interesting 10 months. I can't believe that my internship has come to an end. It seems like just the other day I was starting with you all. I will be honest and admit that I'm not ready to say farewell. There's so many thank yous that I've yet to give out. And it feels overwhelming because I really, really, really would want to thank all of you. And also just in general, I suck at closure. So I've been thinking about this being an internship and trying to learn new things. And I've learned so much already. And I wondered if I might be able to learn about closure while leaving. And I started to kind of think on this idea about the possibility of developing a skill set for closure. And while thinking of that, this poem, some lines of it would come to mind about the art of losing. And when I Googled it, I found a poem called One Art by Elizabeth Bishop that I feel like speaks to my experience, my internal experience. The art of losing isn't hard to master. So many things seem filled with the intent to be lost, that their loss is no disaster. Lose something every day except the fluster of lost keys, the hour badly spent. The art of losing isn't hard to master. Then practice losing farther, losing faster, places and names and where it was you meant to travel. None of these actually bring disaster. I lost my mother's watch, and look, my last or next to last of 3 loved houses went. The art of losing isn't hard to master. I lost 2 cities, lovely ones and vaster. Some realms I owned, 2 rivers, a continent. I miss them, but it wasn't a disaster. Even losing you. I shan't have lied, it's evident. The art of losing is hard to master. It hurts my heart like disaster. Oh, beloveds, I realized that at the beginning I did not remember to say that this is adapted words by Elizabeth Bishop from One Art. Some who are familiar with this piece might notice the honest change at the end for it to feel more suiting for me. I have yet to process all that I have gained and all that I have shed during this internship. And I know that when I do, and when I think of gaining and shedding, I think of a butterfly, like having been in a cocoon and coming there and had this beautiful incubation period and feeling transformed into a butterfly and having not quite yet tested my wings. And that just feels very appropriate considering one of the classes that I had the pleasure of facilitating was Spirit of Life. I definitely felt like I gained wings there. I'm so grateful for everything. I'm so grateful. It will take me a while to really gather all the ways that I want to say thank you. But I will end it here for now. I love y'all. Okay, y'all. I put together a few words, and you might have noticed I'm not at home and on my fancy computer where I'm able to maintain eye contact while still reading the words of my script of my sermons. And so I will be reading it this time, and I wanted to share that because I know some folks tend to be like, man, that's so cool that it looks like Ian memorizes or has really good eye contact. And so yeah, I think maybe because I'm conscious about it, I want to share it. And I've gotten into the habit of being so transparent with you all that I just decided to name my little nervousness about not having my script to follow there. But anyway, I will miss you, FirstU. You all were like experiencing a field of wildflowers, all of them beautiful, special, and unique. The thing about spending a lot of time around flowers or nature in general, you start to see yourself in it, as a part of it, connected as one with all the land. That was my experience as your intern. I felt like I was a flower in your field, and seeing myself as a part of you also reinforced the seeing of myself as beautiful, special, and unique. This may seem like an obvious thing for me to feel, considering the way many of you see me. Many see me as confident and charismatic, but this was not always really true of me. I projected confidence and charisma, while internally I felt extremely insecure and unappealing. I thought, who would want to hear from me? Who cares what I think of things? Everyone has opinions. Why do I need to share mine? I know I'm a minister and I'm supposed to already know that people want to hear from me. It would make sense for some to assume that because I have the title of minister, I would feel empowered to offer ministry. That's how it's supposed to be. But there are a long line of ministers, aka prophets, that have doubted their calling to ministry, their calling to speak certain truths. And I am no different from them. When I came to Canada, I was full of doubt and uncertainty. I would always tell people who came to my workshops that I'd be so excited to see them because I would often worry that no one would show up. And yet, you all consistently showed up for me. You participated in my workshops, welcomed me into your groups and committees. One of you welcomed me into your home because another of you first welcomed me to FirstU, Ottawa specifically. And when I came and was met with resistance at your border, you all showed up for me. Reverend Pat, Michelle, and others of you fought tooth and nail, demanding that I be allowed to serve as your minister on Canadian soil. You showed me that I was worth fighting for. You showed me that you think my ministry is valuable. You gave me the confidence to believe in myself, to be myself. You gave me the confidence to shine. I have grown so much while planted among the amazing flowers that are you. I cherish every moment spent in the metaphorical garden of First Unitarian. I will admit that there may have been a few weeds among the flowers, but whenever I look back on my experience of this internship, on my time with you all, I will see nothing but beauty. I have blossomed more deeply into myself from this internship experience. I have been reminded of how beautiful, special, and unique I truly am through your reflections. Thank you for welcoming me via technology into your homes and into your hearts. Bless you so deeply, First Unitarian Church, Congregation of Ottawa. And because the art of losing is far too hard to master, I will not lose touch with you. There may be a bit of time before we reconnect, but you can expect an update on my ministerial journey in about 6 months or so, around December or the start of the new year. I expect to have been endorsed as a UU minister by then and on my way to serving as a chaplain in the Army Reserves. I will have also gotten married to my fiance, Badia. I wish that she was around to come and say hi. She's still sleeping on the other time zone from teaching in Qatar, and we just got engaged yesterday, actually. That's pretty cool to share with you all. We intend to have started our co-ministry together with Dare to Bless the Love online sanctuary that was founded by a very, very dear beloved Reverend Amelia Montiero. We'll be facilitating, me and Badia in our co-ministry will be facilitating worship, offering talks, classes, workshops, spiritual consulting, and energetic healing sessions. I actually, just before doing this recording, also decided that I'm likely going to start a, what is it called? Not a podcast, but doing YouTube videos, sharing about my kind of my hero's journey to get my healing, will reclaim parts of myself through healing with the ancestors. So that'll be something to stay tuned to. I'm sure that I'll put it where you can reference my name. And I hope to be finishing this book of poetry and prayers that I've been working on for far too long and have that out soon. So, and I also have some other like little job offers dangling out there that I hope to follow up to. So I feel like my future is just as bright as the sun. And I really know that my ministry is going to be amazing because I learned with and from each of you amazing people. I close on a note of rich gratitude and leave you with the phrase Ubuntu, a South African word that has been translated as I am because you are. I will no longer project a confident and charismatic ministerial identity because now I know that I am a confident and charismatic minister. And that's because of you. Thank you all so much. I love y'all so much, and I can't wait until we connect again. Y'all take care. Oh, beloveds, before I go, my heart was just moved to sing a little bit of a song that is related to my feelings of being beautiful, special, and unique. It reminds me of one of the workshop nights of doing hierarchy, No More Hierarchy, was about this uprooting lookism and And that was a very touching workshop, and I would like to end by singing just a little bit of this song by Christina Aguilera in my own kind of way. I am beautiful in every single way. The world can bring me down. I am beautiful every single day. No words can bring me down. No, 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 no. I won't dare go down today. I pray that y'all never go down. I love y'all.
Instead of speaking my goodbye in words today, I thought I would sing it instead. This is The Gathering of Spirits by Carrie Newcomer. it sail on silver wings. Life's a twinkling, that's for certain, but it's such a fine thing. There's a gathering of spirits, there's a festival of friends, and we'll take up where we left off when we all meet again. I can't explain it, I couldn't if I tried. How the only things we carry are the things we hold inside, like a day in the open, like the love we won't forget, like the laughter that you started and it hasn't died down yet. So let it go, my love, my truest, let it sail on silver wings. Life's a twinkling, that is certain, but it's such a fine thing. There's a gathering of spirits, there's a festival of friends, and we'll take up where we left off when we all meet again. Oh yeah, now didn't we? And don't we make it shine? Are we standing in the center of something rare and fine? Some glow like embers, like a light through colored glass. Some give it all in one great flame, throwing kisses as they pass. So let it go, my love, my truest, let it sail on silver wings. Life's a twinkling, that's for certain, but it's such a fine thing. There's a gathering of spirits, there's a festival of friends, and we'll take up where we left off when we all meet again. Just east of Eden, but there's heaven in our minds, and we never really all that far from those we love and miss, wade out in the waters. There's glory all around, and the wisest say there's 1,000 ways to kneel and kiss the ground. Let it go, my love, my truest, let it sail on silver wings. Life's a twinkling, that's for certain, but it's such a fine thing. There's a gathering of spirits, there's a festival of friends, and we'll take up where we left off when we all meet again. And we'll take up where we left off when we all meet again.
As always, so beautiful. I had shared with Deirdre this past week, I think it was, that in a call with my mom, as I often mention, she said, well, we all love your music director, and I hope they're doing something special for her at the congregation. And they will miss hearing Deirdre. And they listen to other churches, so they have something to compare with too. So thank you, Deirdre. It's been such a joy, and we feel like it's been a falling off a log, right? So easy. She finishes my sentences with music, right? And also, Ian, I think for me it's been such a joy and a privilege to have such a gifted intern. I know that everyone in the congregation feels it's been a real joy and privilege, and we've all learned something from Ian. Each of us today, me, Ian, Deirdre, had different thoughts about how we'd say goodbye. What came to me was a children's story I've told to the children in this room, believe it or not, a long time ago it seems now, here in the sanctuary, up in the front. The story is The Mountain Who Loved the Bird, written by Alice McLaren, and my family's version of the story is illustrated by the late, great Eric Carl, who died last month. It's about a mountain that is just sheer rock with no life on it. It's bored and lonely until one day a bird comes to visit. Her name is Joy. And the mountain had never seen anything like her before, and she couldn't stay because she couldn't find food or build a nest on this sheer rock of a mountain. There were no trees or grass or anything, just rock. But she promised the mountain that she would come back, and every year she came back and visited the mountain. One year the mountain was so sad when Joy left that he cried and cried until rivers were created on the mountain. And when Joy visited the next year, she saw the rivers. So the next year she brought a seed to the mountain. And over the years, Joy would bring another seed, and the mountain eventually became full of life and greenery. The mountain was able to support life and not be so lonely. Mountains last forever, but birds do not. So over the years, first it was Joy who visited, then her daughter Joy, then her daughter Joy. And when the first Joy visited the mountain, there was nowhere for her to nest, remember? But now the mountain had everything that Joy needed. The bird could finally support herself and feed her family on the mountain. She built a nest and finally said to the mountain, Joy is here to stay. Well, Joy the bird stayed, and I will be leaving. But the seeds of love and care have been planted, mine for you and yours for me. We've worked together. We actually, pre-COVID, broke bread together and sang together in this very room and learned together, I hope. When I first came to FirstU, I think many of you were feeling a sense of failure, that you hadn't been successful in finding a new minister after now the late Reverend John Marsh. And in other ways, you felt you just weren't doing enough, weren't accomplishing enough. There were divisions among you, some spoken and most avoided. But what I found was a congregation full of amazing people with amazing life journeys, dedication, wisdom, and heart, incredibly capable people. I sense more of a feeling of unity now and hope for the future at FirstU than I did when I first arrived. I hope you sense it and feel that way too. One of the first readings I shared with you when I came was from Marge Piercy's poem, The Seven Pentacles, which reads in part, "Connections are made slowly. Sometimes they grow underground. You cannot always tell by looking what is happening. More than half the tree is spread out in the soil under your feet. This is how it happens at first. Little by little, a sense of shared ministry, a sense that we're in it together." And the poem continues, "Weave real connections, create real nodes, build real houses. Love a life you can endure. Live as if you liked yourself, and it may happen. Reach out, keep reaching out, keep bringing in. This is what I wish for you. Not to focus on numbers, measurements, demographics, statistics, but this sense of real connection, real community, a true spiritual home, that projects and goals never get in the way of community, of relationship. That's the most important thing. Where you keep reaching out and bringing in, where you can sit back and say, we do good things here. We've done good things here. I am among my people. As the poem ends, every gardener knows that after the digging, after the planting, after the long season of tending and growth, maybe a few hurt fingers, but they will heal, the harvest comes. May this be so for you in these years to come. Like a mountain, churches, congregations, hopefully, are forever, or at least endure. You've endured for quite a while now. We ministers come and go, planting seeds, hoping that maybe some will grow and can help you all thrive and spread. From a powerful poem by Rosario Murillo, and actually the Vice President and First Lady of Nicaragua, which I was surprised to discover. She says, I'm going to plant a heart in the earth, water it with love from a vein. I'm going to praise it with the push of muscle and care for it in the sound of all dimensions. I'm going to leave a heart in the earth so it may grow and flower. I think I know I leave you with my heart in this earth, and I will take a little bit of each of you with me as I go. And now Ian, Deirdre, and I would like to sing for you, but please also sing along. Let us sing This Little Light of Mine.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. I got the light of peace and love, I'm gonna let it shine. I've got the light of peace and love, I'm gonna let it shine. I got the light of peace and love, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. All in my heart, I'm gonna let it shine. All in my heart, I'm gonna let it shine. All in my heart, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
The words of offering. This is the time in our service that we usually accept the offering. You may go to our website or contact our finance manager to find out how you might keep up with your pledge, or make a donation during these times. We give these gifts freely, we receive these gifts gratefully, we dedicate these gifts to the work of the congregation, serving human wholeness, caring for the planet, upholding religious freedom, welcoming the stranger, loving one another.
Our congregants are so generous. A few weeks ago, we started up a collection for farewell gifts for you, Reverend Pat, and for you, Deirdre, and as well offered an opportunity to provide personal cards and send them to the office. And the result, and there are these lovely gift baskets that were hand crocheted by Jan Andrews. This one is for you, Deirdre. And this is for you, Reverend Pat.
Oh, wow.
And there's they're filled with the cards and personal notes of people that that sent in their personal thoughts on paper. In addition to that, people sent in their donations, and they were overly generous, which itself represents a problem which we'll deal with offline. So Deirdre, here's a token.
Oh, thank you. Should I open it?
Please do.
Oh, lovely. It says, I'll sit to get next to the mic. It says, this gift certificate is redeemable for a token of music appreciation, example, an NAC concert series tickets or equivalent, with gratitude and joy for all you have done with us and for us. Oh, thank you. That is so kind.
And this, a reverential stole, handcrafted by Heather Kellerman. Something to remember us by.
Wow. How cool!
Perhaps if you step over by the candle, you can see.
Lift it up, lift it up.
There you go. You can see the backdrop of the windows and the web of life and the maple leaf.
And the spire.
The spire.
Meditation gardens. How cool. Thank you, everyone. I don't know if we can hear.
Yeah.
And that's for me.
And this is for you as well.
Oh.
So that's
Chocolate. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Brent.
Oh, thank you.
This is just wonderful. And again, my mother, she'll be so excited by the handmade gifts because she always said that's a little piece of people's heart in it, too. Thank you so much. Am I on?
No.
Oh, I'm off camera. Sorry. I will not have a disembodied
come here.
voice. We had a little bit of technical difficulties with the camera, so here I am again. As I lit the chalice, as I extinguished the chalice, maybe Brent can do it. I read in part from Mary Tallmountain's poem, There Is No Word for Goodbye. And I will share that Sequoia means aunt, specifically your mother's sister, in Athabascan, a language found in Alaska and the North Pacific coast and northwestern regions of Canada. Sequoia, I said, looking through the net of wrinkles into wise black pools of her eyes. What do you say in Athabascan when you leave each other? What is the word for goodbye? A shade of feeling rippled, the wind-tanned skin. Ah, nothing, she said, watching the river flash. She looked at me close. We just say tla. That means see you. We never leave each other. When does your mouth say goodbye to your heart? We always think you're coming back, but if you don't, we'll see you someplace else. You understand? There is no word for goodbye. We'll see each other someplace else again, says Reverend Pat. May it be so, and let us sing, Spirit of Life.
Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea, cool the main, vide spuore de justice, tenorima, cielo pot moi, source de vie, viens vers moi, viens vers moi.
Go in peace, go in joy, go in love. I go with gratitude, and I'll see you very shortly at Hospitality Hour. Enjoy the day.